Do you see? Do you see the chiseledness? Hi and welcome back to another Mom Chat Mondays. This video is all about my postpartum fitness, weight loss, get better with me journey, and how I went from this to this. Now, how much weight have I lost exactly? I will tell you at the end of this video, because what I've come to realize from this entire journey is that it is really not about that number on the scale. It is about how you feel overall. And it is so easy to get hung up on that number that you discredit all the other benefits that come from embarking on a journey to improve yourself. So I'm gonna save that for the end. So let's just jump right into it. As you all know, I gave birth to my baby girl Maeve July 29th, 2023. So we're just about coming up to a year postpartum. And after a very rocky recovery, I was finally clear to get back to my regular physical activity toward the end of November. So 4 months after I gave birth. So I figured, let me just enjoy the holidays and start fresh in 2024. In 2024, this new year was very symbolic for me because not only was it a fresh year, but it was also a new month. And since it started on a Monday, it was a new week. So new year, new month, new week, you're literally given a clean slate. So I took that challenge and I was like, this is the year that I'm gonna be consistent in whatever I do. Now, I was an athlete growing up. I played sports all through high school and college. So working out has always been something in my realm of activities, but I had never truly been consistent with the nutritional aspect of it. I could work out 7 times a week, but the food was my kryptonite. I had a diet of a 16-year-old girl, and I had a terrible relationship with food. I would binge eat and then not feel hungry and maybe eat one thing, and then the next day be starving and then binge eat again. So I was almost doing like every other day fasting unintentionally, but like doing it horribly wrong because I was just eating junk. I was obsessed with cereal, like sugary cereal, corn pops, Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, all that junk. I would eat that for dinner some nights. So I was basically just eating sugar and carbs with 0 protein, and all of that came to a screeching halt when I was pregnant with Maeve and I got diagnosed with gestational diabetes. And I worked with a nutritionist and really revamped the way that I was eating in order to not jeopardize the baby and not have Maeve grow to be too big where I couldn't do a vaginal delivery or any other complications. So that kind of put the fear of God into me and really changed my outlook on food altogether. And I took all of those notes and lessons I learned during that process and really applied it to my everyday life, even now that I am no longer pregnant and no longer have gestational diabetes. So I really revamped my diet, focusing mainly on my protein intake. So my breakfasts changed from not eating breakfast or eating oatmeal for breakfast to 2 eggs, a veggie, a meat, and if I am to have carbs, I would have either half an English muffin or a piece of brown toast or something that's 15 grams of carbs or less, which is what my nutritionist set out for me when I was pregnant. And I also included protein shakes during the day. I love the Fairlife protein shakes. I also incorporate more tuna, more chicken, and I try to get at least 150 grams of protein in a day. Because really my problem was dinner. I could track breakfast, I can track lunch, but dinner, all hell breaks loose because that's when I'm like doing so many things for the kids and I'm tired and all those things come to a head and you just pick up whatever's available. So I wanted to save my carb and calorie intake as much as possible for dinner. I wanted to do something that already felt natural to kind of my rhythm. I can control my breakfast, I can control my lunch. Dinner I can't control, so let me give that the most leeway in my day-to-day diet plan. Next easy change that I was able to make for myself was to incorporate more water into my day. And to do that, I bought myself a little Stanley, and that really has motivated me to drink more water because I tell myself, don't finish the day with this still full. So I have to drink 3 fillings of my 40-ounce Stanley bottle, and that'll get me to my water intake goal for the day. And with that, I cut out pretty much all sodas, juices. I'd rather eat my calories than drink my calories, and I was drinking a lot of my calories, and it was really wasting the space that I needed in my calorie graph. My primary beverage is water. If I'm feeling something fizzy, I either drink a Poppy, which is about 25 calories. And for Christmas, I also got a Ninja Thirsty, which may be my favorite Christmas gift ever. It's pretty much, it's kind of like a soda stream. So you just have like different pod beverages that you insert, and it has a carbonation canister in the chamber, and you can make different variety of soda drinks that are 0 sugar. If you want that fizz without the 180 calories and 50 grams of sugar, and you just want something to replace it, that's perfect. The last little change I did to change my diet was I incorporated a salad for one meal of the day, which was lunch, because lunch was always so hard to figure out, like, what is lunch? Like, I love breakfast, I can figure out dinner, but like, what is lunch really? So I was like, okay, I can replace lunch with the salad. And so I just Googled like cool salads, interesting salads, and I've just been doing one of those a day, and it's really helped me because salads are so low calorie, and you can put a bunch of stuff in them, a bunch of healthy stuff in them, and they'll keep you full and they taste good. So just those 3 changes, like drinking more water and cutting out sugared beverages, replacing one meal with a salad, upping my protein intake, those 3 changes I want to say have made the most changes in why I've been able to see results, not only on the scale but just like physically. Like, I'm more cut, chiseled, and I just feel better overall. For the workout part of it, with 2 kids, it is so hard to find time for yourself, but I made it one of my resolutions to really put myself first, because to be a good mom, to be a good wife, you have to pour into yourself first before you pour into other people. So even if it's 30 minutes a day, that's what I started out with. I just told my husband I need 30 minutes a day to dedicate to just doing something for myself, and that something was working out. So I would take my weights and go outside, and I started out, we live on an incline, our house is on an incline, so I would just run down the hill and run up the hill, so that would be 1 lap, and then do a weight set, and then run back down the hill, run up, do another weight set, run back down the hill. So I'd do that times 4, and that would take me exactly 30 minutes to do. And I was burning like 400 calories per 30 minutes doing that, because I was going really super hard. But then I realized that I actually kind of hate running up and down that hill, and I was waking up dreading doing that. So I dropped that and started jumping rope. And I started to really enjoy jumping rope. I started with just trying to get to 100 skips a day. And I was huffing and puffing, girl. I thought I was gonna throw up some days. But now, 6 months later, I am at 2,000 skips a day. And just to see some of the footage of where I started to where I am now, and jumping rope is more efficient than running, because you can burn so much in so little time. So it's perfect for busy people, busy moms. If you have limited time, it's perfect for you. To make something a lifestyle change, to be motivated, to be consistent with something, you have to enjoy it. So you have to find workouts that you enjoy. If you enjoy running, great. Jump roping, great. So now my workouts actually last an hour, because it takes longer to do 2,000 skips, and my weight sets are more intricate because my body got used to what I was doing. So you have to always kind of switch it up. So not only do I jump rope now, I also go running, not on that hill, but there's a track near my house. I walk there with the kids and the dog, and we walk back, but at our destination there's a track, so we do about 2 miles a day on top of my jump roping, on top of my weights. But I want to make it very clear, you have to build up to that, because I tried to do the most. I was like super motivated in the beginning in January, and I was doing the most. I was doing the hills, trying to jump rope, trying to do the most reps on my weights, trying to do everything when my body wasn't ready, and I got super inflamed. So that brings me to the actual number of where I am now. So when I got to the hospital with Maeve, I was 263 pounds. About a month out, I had dropped about 35-40 pounds. It was that last 20 that was just holding on for dear life, and that was the same 20 that held on with Declan. So I already started that pregnancy 20 pounds heavier. I was like, no, I can't now be another 20 pounds heavier from the 20 pounds heavier than I was before. So At the start of this journey in January, I weighed 238 pounds. Now, I started my working out. I was eating the bare minimum. I was like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna go full out. And I go on the scale 2 weeks or maybe a week after that, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm already down 10 pounds. I gained weight and I had a mental breakdown in that bathroom. And I was crying, and my husband was trying to cheer me up, and he was just like, you know how hard you're working, you know what you're doing, don't let that number on the scale mess up your vibes, mess up your motivation. And he was absolutely right. I took that scale and I put it in the closet to collect dust, because I was like, this is gonna be a mental game. So I just went back to work. Every morning I told myself, just keep going, just keep, literally I wake up, put on my gym clothes, get ready, and just say, just keep going. And what made it harder for me was that I am breastfeeding. And I know a lot of doctors, and I don't know why they say this, they need to do some clinical trials or something, because they say when you're breastfeeding, you'll lose weight, but I do not personally know any woman who lost weight during breastfeeding. First, you're starving. You want to eat everything in sight, and I think hormonally your body just wants to retain all kinds of body fat to keep up your milk supply for your baby. So it's been increasingly hard to lose weight while breastfeeding. It's been a blessing and a curse, honestly. I'll say that. A blessing because since I'm breastfeeding, I don't have my period back, so I don't have to go through the monthly fluctuation of hormones that sometimes throws you off when you're on a weight loss fitness journey. But the downside is that you are starving when you're breastfeeding. So I just kept doing my workouts, I just kept eating clean, and eventually I would wake up, look in the mirror, and start to see ab definition come back, start to see arm cuts come back, start to see leg like chiseledness. So I finally got the courage to dust off my scale one day. The weight had gone down and I was so excited. I noticed the change. It wasn't a number on the scale that told me what to feel. It was my eyes telling me, you are making, what you're doing is making a difference to not only your physical being, but I was feeling so happy. I felt strong. I was carrying a kid on each arm. I felt diesel. The number on the scale honestly didn't matter to me, but it felt good to know that the scale was going down. So as of today, I am 6 months into this postpartum weight loss journey, 27 weeks in, and in those 27 weeks, I have lost 20 pounds, and that might not seem like a lot to you, but it is a number that's going in the right direction. It takes a while to lose weight, I've come to realize. Anything worth doing takes a while. Let that be the theme of this whole video. When something takes long to achieve, I think you appreciate it more. I think of weight loss like a blender. You know, like when you put a bunch of food in a blender and you turn it on and like it's like it's like not blending real smooth yet, but the more you keep the blender on, the smoother things get, and it turns into a well-oiled machine. I am right now a well-oiled machine. I did the work from the beginning of that blender process, and now everything in my body is starting to like move real smooth. So I know it's just uphill from here. I put in the legwork and now it's time to see the results. So please stay tuned to my postpartum journey. I'm gonna do another update at the end of the month, which will be my 1 year postpartum update and Maeve's birthday. I can't believe it's already been a year. Time is flying by. I'm also gonna be doing a what I eat in a day and other videos centered around my postpartum weight loss, feel better, consistency journey. So please stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on another Mom Chat Mondays. Bye.